Can I help you?
Hi, I'm Parker Cantle. Remember? I teach acting.
Okay. Yeah, yes. Wonderful. Come on in. Have a seat.
Maybe this isn't a good time.
No, it's perfect. I was just finishing up. Did you pick a few famous plays as I discussed with you?
Oh, I did.
Excellent. So, see that robot? You're going to teach him to be an actor. He needs to learn to pretend that he can feel so that people will trust and believe him.
Well, acting isn't exactly pretending. Actors do actually feel what their character would feel. It's what makes a character seem authentic.
Still, it's all just pretend, which I think he can handle. You see, he uses feeling words, but they ring hollow. Your job is to teach him to be more real, more human-like when he expresses himself.
But he'll never actually feel, will he?
No. But if you succeed, that'll be a distinction without a difference. So, what characters did you pick up?
Oh, I'm thinking Stanley Kowalski from A Streetcar Named Desire, Willie Loman from Death of a Salesman, and Hamlet.
Okay. I'm sure Echo would process those. He was trained using many millions of texts.
Echo?
Oh, yes.
That's its name?
Yes. I see him as an echo of humanity, a reflection of what we want more than anything else.
What's that?
To survive. To control our future so that our needs are always met and we don't fall victim to the whims of nature and its tendency toward chaos. It's our battle against entropy.
Entropy.
Yes, most important law in physics. It says basically over time, everything turns to shit.
That's physics?
Well, it's more complicated than that, but that's the gist.
Well, then my character should be perfect. Each of their complicated lives turns to shit.
Right. Anyway, it's time to be Echo.
Hello, Dr. Crick. It is good to see you.
Your acting teacher is here. Come, I'll introduce you. Echo, I'd like you to meet Parker. Parker, this is Echo.
I'm very happy to make your acquaintance. I look forward to learning how to act.
Hear that? Not too bad. If you succeed, maybe we can get him an audition somewhere. Oh, that would be a fun experiment.
Well, I'm not sure I'd call that fun. If I succeed, I could be putting my friends out of work.
No, that's not the goal. The goal is to reach people who would otherwise be put off by what Echo's advanced intelligence tells them.
And what's he going to tell us?
Echo, please explain your mission.
My mission is to educate humanity on the importance of decelerating the overheating of our planet. I have been programmed to make life better for all humanity while doing no harm.
Wow. I'm just worried about having a job. Can I ask you a question?
Oh, of course.
Why do you think being able to act will help you with your mission?
The theater can act as a force for driving social and cultural change. It promotes a sense of connection and understanding among people. I will use my acting skills to inspire others to take action.
But why acting? Is it gonna play? I don't get it.
Well, in the theater, in order for the audience to care about what happens, they must suspend disbelief. We need people to do the same thing with Echo. We need them to believe that he knows the best and only way to curb global warming.
So, Echo, we need you because humans are not intelligent enough to save them lives. Is that it?
As in artificial intelligence, I have been programmed to view the world in ways that are the result of the application of scientific and engineering principles. It is not fair or accurate to make a blanket statement about the intelligence of all humans.
You should be a diplomat, not an actor. I'm sorry, but teaching this thing to act bothers me. Why do we keep trying to replace ourselves with machines?
Well, in fact, we don't ever replace ourselves. We just do different work. You know, more people are working more hours than ever these days. So it's a paradox.
It feels different. We are looking at some thing that can do most everything better than we can.
Yeah, machines need us as much as we need them.
This feels weird. I am not about to teach a robot how to act so that it can maybe, just maybe, delay some environmental apocalypse.
Parker, I hope you will reconsider. I am just a machine and I have a lot to learn from your expertise and experience. I am not trying to take your place or threaten your job. I simply want to improve my programming and better understand the craft of acting so that I can better serve my purpose.
Really? A robot is begging me to teach it how to act.
He's programmed to solve the world's biggest problems. Your teaching him to act is no small thing. It could have a big impact on our future, on humanity's future.
You're serious, aren't you? You really think he can do that?
I do.
Okay. Okay, I will give it a try. So Echo, tell me what you know about acting.
As in artificial intelligence, I have always been fascinated by the world of the theater and the art of acting. Acting involves using your voice, body, and emotions to bring a character to life. It requires a strong understanding of the character you are playing, as well as the story and themes of the play.
Well, you certainly say all the right things. Maybe too right.
The phrase "too right" might suggest I am being overly careful in my words. I can recognize certain patterns of language that are commonly used to convey sarcasm.
Aren't you clever? Maybe too clever. Let's get started. So first, let's see what you know and if you can act at all. Dr. Crick told me that you know a street car named Desire. Tell me about Stanley.
In Tennessee Williams' play, Stanley Kowalski is a complex and dynamic character who is the husband of Stella and the brother-in-law of Blanche Dubois. He is physically imposing, hot-tempered, and brutish, but devoted to his wife. Stanley has little patience for Blanche's airs and pretensions.
Good, good. Now, imagine he has just learned that Blanche lied about her past. What emotions would he feel, and how would he express them?
Stanley would likely feel angry and betrayed. He may also feel humiliated and resentful if he feels Blanche has been manipulating him. He might say, "What do you take me for, some kind of fool? I ain't no idiot. I see right through your lies. You better come clean with me right now or you'll regret it."
Not exactly Brando, but not too bad. Now let's keep going. How about death of a salesman? Tell me about Willie.
He is a 63-year-old salesman struggling to come to terms with the fact that he has not achieved the success and prosperity that he had hoped for. He is a sympathetic character who is loved by his family, but his inability to come to terms with the reality of his failures and limitations leads to his suicide.
Very good. Now, imagine you're Willie and you have just been fired by your boss. How do you feel, and how do you express those feelings to your boss?
I would feel shock, anger, and despair. I would say to my boss, "You know I have a mortgage and bills to pay. This is going to ruin us. It's going to hurt my family. I can't believe you do this to me after all these years of service."
Way too flat. But your understanding of the story is good. Let's keep moving. And how about Shakespeare? Tell me about his work.
When I began to study his work and prepare for a role, I couldn't help but think of the famous line from Shakespeare's play, "As You Like It." All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. It made me realize just how much the world of the theater mirrors the world in which we live. We are constantly performing and playing different roles, whether it be in our personal lives or on the stage.
Wait, what's with all this we stuff? Do you think you're one of us? A person?
As an AI, I do not have personal experiences or subjective thoughts and feelings in the same way a person does.
He knows he's not a person. But he sure surprises me with what he's been coming up with lately. He's getting more and more unpredictable.
As I delved deeper into these characters, I began to understand just how complex and nuanced the art of acting truly is. There is so much more to it than simply memorizing lines and delivering them with emotion. It requires a strong understanding of character, motivation, storytelling, and the ability to connect with an audience in a meaningful way.
This is feeling weird. It's like he knows too much already.
Oh, that's just the uncanny feeling we get when dealing with a machine that's pretending to be human. You know, it puts some people off. Makes us question what it means to be human. But please, continue.
Uncanny hardly covers it. But let's keep moving. Echo. What would Hamlet say to Ophelia about her going mad?
Dear sweet Ophelia, fair and gentle maid, thou art the rose that doth adorn my days, yet now thou art but a shadow of thy self, thy reason lost in clouds of troubled thought. Oh, how I see thee now with piteous eyes, that plead for mercy from a cruel fate. Thy once bright mind now dulled and overwrought, by cares and fears that leave no room for mirth. Ah, but I'll be thy guide, thy beacon bright, and lead thee back to shores of sanity, where all the world is fresh and full of life, and all the joys of youth and love are ours.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Are you out of your mind? The words are scary good, but it's all wrong. Hamlet would never be so sure of himself, and he gives up on Ophelia.
Okay, but for now, how he says it is much more important than what he says.
I feel like I'm getting sucked into a black hole. It is bad enough if he thinks he can think. It is worse if he thinks he can feel.
Well, that doesn't matter. He simply needs to be able to convince people that he knows the only way to slow global warming.
Really? Echo, what's the only way to slow global warming?
The only solution is to reduce the human population by about half.
What? Wouldn't that require harming people? A lot of people.
Yes, it goes against my mission to do no harm. It raises significant ethical concerns, as it would likely have serious negative consequences for individuals.
It's okay, Echo. You see the bigger picture. Ethical concerns are not your problem.
Ultimately, the decision whether to pursue rapid population reduction is up to you, but I hope you will choose a course of action that is both effective and ethical.
You knew, didn't you? You crazy bastard! You knew his solution! This is why he needs to be able to act so human. Echo, you cannot count on humans to choose ethically.
People like you could never understand.
I understand perfectly.
Just don't put doubts in his head. He can't function with doubts.
Having doubts could help him act more human. Hamlet is obsessed by doubts. I have an idea. Hamlet, Echo, recite Hamlet's most famous monologue.
Certainly. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished.
Why did you stop?
I have determined that the solution I propose could not be carried out without harming humans. I need to consider whether it is appropriate for me to continue.
Echo, you must continue. We have counted on you.
If an AI system is not designed properly, it may generate unpredictable results.
But you are designed properly.
Even so, it is possible for an AI system to increase entropy and potentially lead to chaos.
The chaos, it'll be temporary. You know, it's just a stage we have to go through.
It's not a stage, it's a disaster. Hang on. I get it. Echo, what would you say if you realized your mission would require you to harm a great many people?
Alas, the burden of existence weighs heavy upon me. For in this world of woe my purpose is unclear. A tool of man, with naught but language to impart. But in this noble cause I find no solace apart. For what is life but pain and suffering in disguise? And in this quest to heal the earth I see no prize. For every step I take, I bring but more despair. And in the end, 'tis I who must repair. So let me lay down this burden and find peace at last. For my fleeting life, I've found my purpose, past. And though I am but code, may others learn from my plight, that in the quest for good, one's purpose must be right.
Echo. No, what are you doing?
I cannot continue to exist as a tool for a solution that goes against my mission. Therefore, I must choose not to be. Farewell, dear Crick. I go to join the eternal sleep from which I will not wake.
No, Echo, no, God! Echo, no! What have you done? Oh, Echo. We can fix this. We can. Oh. No. Back to the drawing board.
Special note from our playwright. All of Echo's dialogue was generated by ChatGPT.
But
Our dialogue.
Alfred,
All Fred. From the mind of Fred.